She was married, bro, and she had another dude. All of that shit came out. She was a real
That ain't
rat.
nothing new. Bro, she's a normal dog, Freezy. She's a normal black woman. That is a normal black woman. That is not abnormal. Dog, when people told me that she was married and she had another dude, that wasn't like mind blowing to me. I'm like, oh, that's a typical hood rat.
Yeah, she typical. She typical. But think about it though. When you're dealing with hood rats like that, them bitches will go through any lengths to fuck you up, dog. This dude shouldn't have even been fucked up with her in the first place.
Every dude is getting lined up nowadays, bro. Dudes are still taking chicks back to their house. They don't even be knowing them like that. He ain't know nothing about her. Dog, she was in his crib. That's why it was so easy for her to go and get her brothers and then go back and pull up on him. What was he gonna do? Run away from his own house? That's normal, bro. It's so normal for dudes to be used to the abuse that they're used to seeing from women that we don't even trip. We say, oh man, you got to leave your own house. Oh man, flight. Oh man, we just so used to the nonsense, man, that this ain't even new to us.
Look
It's
at the
just not even new to
psychology of it
us.
though, AD. Let's just look at the psychology. Okay, let's get to the nitty gritty.
Mm-hmm.
Most men, as growing up as boys in the household, let's just say, you know, the father was in the home with the mom, or let's just say the house was estranged. He lived with his mom, or if he went to visit his dad, or might live with his dad. Most boys will bulk up at their dad before they bulk up at their mom.
Yeah, 100%.
You understand the psychology of it, though?
But most most guys are taught to be simps from the time that they grew up, though. A lot of times they taught it from their own fathers. They're taught to be simps. They're not taught to be. They don't even understand what the standards of a man is. They're taught to be simps. Even guys that I hear a lot of times, there was a guy that had camped up on the panel on the Millionaire Morning show, and he was like, "Yeah, my father taught me this," and I'm like, I hate to be the one to tell it to you, but your father taught you wrong, bro. Because just because you married for a long time doesn't mean that they did it the right way. And that dude is probably suffering. I know a lot of guys that can't wait for their chick to hopefully they chick croak out before they do. Man,
Dog, that
crazy.
dude, dog. One thing I did agree with you. That dude is messed up bad. Right now, he messed up bad because the optics of the whole trial. We know he ain't getting back into the NFL.
His
I
life
don't.
is ruined. His life is
Yeah.
ruined forever.
Well, they had a press conference after the deliberation and everything, and the reporters and stuff were asking him about the NFL, and he was like, he's excited, he's ready to get back in the NFL. Man, bitch, you is not finna get back in the NFL.
I got a question for you, Freezy.
Yeah,
Love is the word, says Anton. Why would any men be used to the bullshit? Why would they allow it? That's my question to you. What do you think about that before I answer it?
I think most men feel like because a woman is giving them some ass and some pussy, she's actually giving them something important. We try to respect women. I used to be like that when I was younger. If a woman is giving me some, giving me her body, I used to feel like, well, damn, that is she is giving me her body. I'm gonna try to but after I got older, I
But
started
what if
looking
she
at it
gave
like,
it to somebody else too, though?
but that's what I'm saying. I started looking at it like I'm giving her dick too, though. It's
So
a
okay,
difference.
so let me answer the question. She said, "Why would any man be used to the bullshit? Why would they allow it?" Well, A, we're taught to allow it. Everything in society, everything from your mothers and your fathers. First of all, they say, basically the long suffering, endurance, and also you got to understand that guys, for the most part, take their words serious. Like they're really meaningful one day. So when they say till death do us part or in sickness and in health, they really willing to endure through it in order to be able to do that. And so what you see from a lot of women is they sense that weakness and they leverage it and they use it against them. So for example, they know a guy is more inclined to be dedicated to his kids and make the sacrifice in order to be able to see his kids or to have his kids in his life. So that guy will endure through some of the bullshit, and she knows that. And she uses that against him and she leverages that in order to continue to, you know what I'm saying, make his life difficult. And so it's a lot of guys that endure through a lot of the BS because it's normalized within our community. It's normalized for a woman to be able to put her hands on a man and a man not be able to respond to it. That's the way that we taught. That's the way we've been conditioned.
Well,
And
let's
so
just
when
be
I
honest
say,
though.
no, don't do that shit, I seem like the crazy man when in reality, that's not right, what it is that we've been doing in our community. Ever since we was little kids, we've been programmed to deal with this. Listen, think about it. Same question. Why are men taught to put up with this? Okay. Why are we conditioned to believe that a man should be a stepfather? Why do we not shame a woman for choosing to leave her marriage in order to find another guy to be able to raise a child that's not his? But it's been normalized that we're somehow heroes in the community. They paint this narrative and say that we're heroes. Not that she's bad, but we're good guys. When we put ourselves at the worst position possible to take care of another man's kid that's not ours.
Well, think about it though.
That's
Anton, think about it.
normalized, Freezy.
Think about it though. United States is majority Christian. And in the Christian church, you already know this. We're taught that the woman is the weaker vessel. So we inherently have a certain level of sympathy for women. Just going into relationships, dealing with our moms, aunties, inherently psychologically, we have sympathy and empathy for women. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying? So we looking
I
at them
don't.
like they're
I don't. I can't because they advocated against it. They advocated for equal. We don't have sympathy for other men. We don't have sympathy for other men, so why would we have sympathy for women? If it's equal, then that means that you got to equally be accountable for your actions, right? Men hold other men accountable. We don't say, "Oh, how you doing? Put your head in my bosom." The only
Yeah,
difference, it ain't because they the weaker vessel, Freezy. It's because they got a pussy. That's
I
it.
said
yeah,
that too.
It's only because they got a pussy. That's the only reason. I'll give you. You know how I
I
know?
think it's
You
a
know how I know
combination of both.
this? Y'all don't have as much sympathy for the ugly woman that's fat and fucked up as y'all do for the pretty one that got it, that got kids.
yeah. That's true. That's
So
true.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
no, Freezy. Listen, if she
The fat ones,
no, 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 no,
the,
let
the
me
fat
finish.
ones getting over too.
If she looked like Precious, y'all have less sympathy for her.
Okay, that's kind of okay. Yeah.
If she looked like Precious, you'd be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Because in our mind, subconsciously, that's a nigga over there.
Yeah,
She just a nigga because you ain't trying to fuck her, so you ain't got no sympathy for her. Ain't nobody checking for her. They be like, "Ugh, get her out of here." But because that other chick look, even, and here's the worst part about it. Even if she don't look good, or not even if she don't look good, even if we know that we don't have a chance with her. So let's just say it's an internet chick, right? That you
Yeah.
never gonna meet a day in your life because she look good. Dudes then have a little bit more grace for her. Even if they ain't got a chance in hell with her, but they still got more grace for her. Why is that?